Hola! Me llamo Pyro. I don't even know where all like when I start stream I often just speak Spanish. Even though I can't really speak Spanish. That's an odd thing. But today we are going to read the next chapter of Tower of God. And afterwards the next chapter of not the next chapter, but the next bunch of chapters of Kubera. And I can also tell you at the beginning of the stream, I will also say it at the beginning of Kubera and at the end of Kubera and at the end of this stream. This week there will be no Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint because tomorrow I will have a visitor, my good old friend. I mean I don't even know him that long yet, but my friend from Japan is coming is in Germany now, and tomorrow he's going to be in my city, so I'm going to spend the day together with him. So there will be no Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint stream this week. We will return next week, and that means, so on the 10th we will stream normally, on the 17th we will stream normally, but as you would expect, on the 24th I will not stream Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. I will say that in the ORV streams as well in the future, like on the 17th I will just say like next week there will be no stream, but I guess many people will understand that. But I will just want to say that. So today, Tower of God. Last week, really, I don't know, technically not that much happened. It was a continuous showdown between Dumas and not Dumas. Dumas has not been shown in a good chunk of chapters now. It was a showdown between Traumerei and Gastang. And Traumerei absorbed all of the monsters inside of him, which gave him a power-up, so that his disconnect was now so powerful that it somehow ripped through space-time continuum. I think that was what the disconnect thing did. I woke up early enough. Hello, Haku. Hello, Haku. Good morning to you. I hope you enjoy your breakfast or something. So I guess I think on the preview pic we saw, what was his name or her name? I forgot. I think Hugo. I think that was their name. So because Traumerei ripped through the space-time barrier that separated the Sprout from like the outside war, I guess we're now going to jump over to seeing stuff that's going on there. So we might see Yama, we might see Lobadon, we might see Kirin, we might see who else who. So who knows? Let's just get into chapter. I'm the very incarnation of all that is evil and repulsive. Recently, I also had a discussion, not as much as a discussion, but like just a talk with one of my friends who said he thinks Webtoon ruins action. Webtoons are not doing action correctly, because Tower of God is a good example, but it's something you can see in many different Webtoons. The action sequences are so long stretched that you even like lose focus of what even is going on. You don't understand what the attack is because it's like you can scroll for like 10 seconds and the attack is still going on. So it doesn't feel as compact, it doesn't feel as impactful as like with the manga panels and like, which is like in actual panel form. Which I kind of agree with. Because Tower of God attacks have really not impressed, like visually they're quite cool, but when I just continue to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, I don't know what I'm witnessing. Is this... Yeah, this is disgusting cut of arm and this is Scarf. Of all, it is evil and repulsive. Yep, Traumerei, that's you. Just look at all these creatures. This is like what I normally like about Tower of God, like the bizarre creepy feeling that it sometimes is able to carry, but it isn't shown all that often. Is this evil spirit drawing the souls of fallen warriors to him? What a hideous sight. Spirits are crying out in pain. It feels like I'm reliving that day all over again. Is he talking about the day where Traumerei pulled the lever? Hobio Gustang's memory fragments. 3. So we're going into a flashback again? A few minutes earlier, the battlefield outside the arena. Okay, we're going outside first. Pobido battleship. Greetings, Commander Hugo. Okay, I remember the name. Look at that. I know you didn't see in red. It doesn't appear as bouncy, but I don't even know the gender of Hugo, but I don't care. Wood. Hey. Normally Hugo is like a male name, but I don't think that matters all that much here. Oh, it's she in this case. I don't know. What's she doing here? I thought she was demoted and sent to a small remote town before the war began. Beats me. They must have brought her back to help with the war. She may be a little eccentric, but she certainly knows what she's doing in battle. Oh, this isn't Hugo. So the Gyat belongs to somebody else. Who is it? I don't really recognize it with the... I don't really recognize the hair and whatnot. This is not Yihua, right? There's no way this would be Yihua. This is somebody else, but I can't figure out who. It's not Yuri. I'm pretty sure it's not Yuri. I have no idea. What are you doing? I never gave you permission to enter. I may be guilty of coming in here without your permission, but a man who attacks his own allies without permission is in no position to criticize me either. Well... Head Librarian Michel. Hugo. It is actually Hugo? Is this just a... This looks like she's wearing a wig. This looks like the person is wearing like a Hugo wig, like the pink hair wig that Hugo normally has, over the brown hair. But whoever it is still can get it. I don't care. You have some nerve showing your face here after that humiliating defeat. You didn't even complete the mission the Lord Gusting assigned to you. That's true, it was a bittersweet defeat, but like salmon swimming against the current, here I am, back on the battlefield. I thought the same thing, lol. The art's so off that I thought it was supposed to be showing us someone else's guy as Hugo. That's exactly what I thought. I just like, this is a wig. No, I will go back to this panel over and over again. This is not Hugo. I know it's been like weeks. It's been a long time since we have last seen Hugo, but this is a different character. This is just somebody wearing a badly made wig over the hair. This... Okay, no. This is just odd. I've returned. Look at those thighs. Did Hugo always have like the brown hair beneath her pink hair? I don't remember that fact. To clear the family of musty old cobwebs like you. Swing, swing, swing. Like, the fancy fighting style. I've always wondered what it would be like to fight a head librarian. Her hair was always like that. Must have just forgotten it. It's been so long since we saw her. I don't even really remember what was going on with her. She was fighting against someone, but I have no idea exactly what it was. Was she fighting Lobadon? This looks different, I guess because of art style changes. Did the art style really change that much since we have last seen Hugo? Did it really change that much? I can't believe that. It's really the best you can do? Running around and dodging my attacks like a coward? Hugo, head librarians are the incarnation of the family leader's writing. Do you realize what it means to brandish your needle at me? Oh, of course. It means I'm defying the family leader. She lost to Lobadon, then begged to join him. And apparently she was allowed to join him. Off-screen, like the off-screen then, she was allowed to join him and got tasked with infiltrating the airship to go to the head librarian and defeat him. But it must have happened off-screen, I guess. Or it's been so long that I completely forgot about the plotline. Which is another, which both aren't good. I know very well this is treason against the family. But I can't simply stand back and watch the family's troops are slaughtered before my very eyes. Because of your incompetence, I'm morally obliged to kill you. The sword design is just cool. That's still something I always liked. The weapon design in Tower of God, like when we saw Dumas like with Rosaria, that was so cool. And this weapon is also, it's like fancy with like this crystal rose almost there, then the like the gem here on the guard. But then overall I just like the design of Hugo's weapon. Otherwise, how could I possibly be worthy of this the designer's items I wear? If I were such a coward. Look at her go. He's like rock and roll. This is a looking at her. I turn around. This is her left hand. This is the left hand. Yeah, this looks normal, yeah. The body position is still kind of awkward, but it's Hugo being like very fashion, very glam, very elegant, all these kind of things. How could I live up to Lord Gustay's luxurious expectations? Bullshit. What the hell do you people know about Lord Gustay? You know something, Hugo? You've always been a cocky, presumptuous prick. What? Not even I know Lord Gustay's exact intentions, of course, but at least I know that I act in accordance with his wishes. Because I'm the warped side of Lord Gustay's writing. What does that even mean, the warped side? Like, you're his wickedness? I mean, looks neat. Looks neat as a character. You're being warped? Your being warped has nothing to do with his writing. But don't worry, I straighten you out right out. Such arrogance. Twister! Oh, you can use Twister? I think the scans called it Gustay's perversion. I guess perversion makes the same sense of like being twisted or having like some sort of sick ideas or something. But warp in a way makes sense. I guess, you know, would instead of perversion or warped, I'm be like, just calling like, I'm the twisted side. Wouldn't that would be a nice thing, right? Because I'm the twisted side of Lord Gustay's writing. Your being twisted has nothing to do with his writing. But don't worry, I'll straighten you out, you right out. You such arrogance. And then Twister, and she actually gets twisted. Like the twisted side of Gustay, that would fit very, very well. Like perversion and twisted are still like in a way similar enough. But like twisted because he's twisting powers or something, I don't know. Look, Look at those hips. Look at the movements, the model pose. Is she just going to get twisted into two pieces now? Is that being shown? Hyuji has some good looking characters, for sure. It's kind of the same. Twisted seems kind of over the top edgy to me. I mean, that's what Tower of God has been in the recent year. Very, very edgy story. That's why I often compare it to like the standard isekai story at this point. Because that's how it feels to me. Like, I read generic isekai and I have the same feeling as when I read Tower of God at the moment. Huh? Damn, she's really doing Twister. He's doing JoJo poses over there. This whole world is warped and twisted. Don't you agree, Hugo? Speak for yourself. You only think that way because your view of everything is so warped. It's disgraceful that a freak like you came from the mind of someone as upright as Lord Gustang. No, you're the one who's warped. You fail to see what's staring you in the face. Oh, what? See, those people over there? The ones who suddenly decided to meddle in this war. Do you know where they came from? The very place where our father and the other family leaders tried to hide and bury the shame. The garbage dump. That's where they're from. Why is he doing these freaking JoJo poses? Does he need to do those poses to use his powers? They're the maggots born and raised on the dung heap, created by the 10 great family leaders. Lord Blossom killed them all. She went on a rampage and wiped out an entire nation that boasted of the most impressive civilization in the tower. Not a single living creature there was spared her wrath. Also, since Hugo's not a writing person, I guess this means she's an actual blood descendant of Gustang. I completely forgot what Hugo's relationship to Gustang is. I knew she was a decently high-ranking person, but I don't remember what actually the connection was. That's just how disconnected I am here. I remember Hugo. I remember her being all about that fancy kind of thing. I remember her facing off against Lobadon, but not like really how the battle like turned out. Because the story is so disconnected from each other. Nor were there any survivors. How are we going to cover this up? Family leader or not, we can't simply overlook this. She went too far this time. She needs to be severely punished. So this is the thing that Gustang was talking about, that he should have punished Blossom, but he didn't. You're not going easy on her just because she's your wife, are you? She was his wife? Is she still his wife, or is it like a was situation? Well, hurry up and make a decision. This is why we keep telling you that great power requires stronger control mechanisms, Gustang. Who the hell are these people? We have never seen them before. They seem to be Lopobia family members, but we have never seen them before. In Season 2, we saw Fluffy Head Guy, Dumas, Proust, Kier, Enoch, Hugo, and a silhouette with Gustang. You're not like those other self-centered family leaders. You need to do something about her right now. Just look at what happened. All that power has finally gone to her head and turned her into a spoiled child. I knew this would happen from the moment she began strutting around like a bloody administrator. Shut your mouth. That's right, the family leaders need more restraints. The times have changed. We can't let such potentially distressed power go unchecked any longer. I think the silhouette is supposed to be Belerier, but people say Tiara. Which would be two very different silhouettes technically. I think they broke up after their daughter went mad. Great power comes with great responsibility. Times have changed. We can't let such potentially disastrous powers go unchecked any longer. You ignorant, foolish vermin. You look tired, Gustang. Traumerei, have you left your battleship? I heard about what happened, given the nature of the situation. I thought I'd better come and see if you need any help. Why don't we take a little walk? They're a real nuisance, aren't they? They claim to want to help us, and yet they keep demanding more and more from us. They seem to have forgotten how small and insignificant they really are. You ought to just completely ignore them like I do. Easier said than done. I want future generations of lower creatures to remember us as honorable, glorious beings. Ah, that's right. You've always wanted to maintain a perfect image of us in written history and records, Gustang. You said it would be the best way to ensure that they respect us for ages to come and to bring stability to the tower. Personally, I just don't see how that's possible. Gusting and Blossom were in a sort of on and off relationship. I think Anna's their only daughter we know of. Unless Hugo is another one. I don't know what Blossom Blossom doesn't have. Blossom could have pink hair and make everyone happy. True. Considering Blossom is Eurasia, right? Eurasia family. Like, we don't know any Eurasia people, I think. Yeah, we literally don't know any Eurasia person. We only know Fonsicals, which still to my point stands that Fonsical, for some reason, is more important than Eurasia in the story. Fonsical Drug had green hair. Laura had also like greenish hair. But Irure had pink hair. And if the branch family of Fonsical is obviously from somewhere from... Even Yurure has pink hair. So considering that Fonsical is from Eurasia, that could mean that Blossom has pink hair. And then that means Hugo could be another child of Gusting and Blossom, maybe. Which is really just... It's a theory that is built up on nothing. But hey, who's to say that Hugo couldn't be another child? My theory for why every Eurasia we've seen is named Fonsical is that her other second husband is or slash was Fonsical. So her kids with someone other than Gusting are Fonsical. Anna has red hair too. Anna? Oh yeah. This is the sealed princess. She had red hair. Okay, like red pinkish. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, but Fonsical for sure is in the story more important than Eurasia. But personally, I just don't see how that's possible. Especially if the records of us are based only on actual facts. Over time, they'll keep demanding more from us. I doubt anyone could ever really satisfy that hunger of theirs. They sit around criticizing us for not aiming higher or not being more perfect. Zahar and I both refuse to lower ourselves to their level and listen to their demands. Instead, we've decided to climb so high that we can't even hear them anymore. Well, you actually didn't decide to climb high. You decided to stop climbing. Because you're scared of the shits. The only thing we can do is fly as high as possible and distance ourselves from them, Gusting. But you intend to punish Blossom, don't you? Since you can't seem to say no to them. You're incapable of breaking your own rules, and you probably resent and despise yourselves for that. The real you inside you is telling you to throw away all those silly restrictions and rules, and help Blossom instead. It makes no sense to punish your beloved Blossom just because of a bunch of nobodies who will never understand us. Can I just suggest a solution, Gusting? What? There's a way to bring back those creatures that died, and to reverse Blossom's mistake. You won't need to break any of your rules, and we can maintain our perfect image. I'll help you, Gusting. This is the solution that Traumerei proposed. According to sorcerers that I consulted, the spirits and bodies of the dead beings had probably dissipated into Shinsu on that floor. And despite the sheer amount of Shinsu there, it likely wouldn't have completely absorbed them all yet, especially in the case of humans. In other words, there were likely still traces of their spirits and bodies left within the Shinsu. Traumerei was sure that if he used his Shinsu black hole sphere to summon their spirits and bodies, he could revive them as immortal beings. Although they could only survive within the Shinsu black hole sphere, with the blessing of immortality from the Tengrate family leaders, they might be reborn as transcendent beings. Since they aren't writing people, I think Liberic and Hugo are potentially Gusting's children from wives other than Blossom. Hugo could be like a grandchild or something though, I don't know. I guess, but Hugo couldn't be the child of Anna, because Anna is a princess and couldn't have done that. You know what I'm just reading here? How often do we want to retcon the idea of being able to revive people is not possible? Multiple times we were taught, No, reviving people is not possible. When somebody is dead, they're just dead. Then, for some reason, Sweetfish is able to revive people from the dead. And for some reason, now Traumerei is able to revive somebody from the dead. But Yirang Yeon, the best healer in the tower, back then said she is not capable of reviving anyone from the dead. For some reason, the best healer is not capable of doing it. But some random other things are capable of doing it. But I guess Traumerei's healing abilities are better than Yirang's. Well, we know Traumerei is a necromancer. It's kind of reviving someone, but you know, not really. But in this case, he is saying that like they are revived in a specific space. If that was the case, Haku, then Yirang shouldn't have said reviving them is impossible. Because then they should have said, yeah, we can revive Amizu, but she will never be able to leave your airship again, Traumerei. She will always have to stay inside of the airship, otherwise her body will instantly die. Who's the best healer in the tower? Yirang, right? Yirang Yeon, the leader of the Yeon family. Because she has like the healing flame and the destructive flame, like she is the best healer. Are they alive or just zombies? I guess they are alive, but only in a certain space. Upon seeing them resurrected as immortal warriors, even those who now complain about the family leaders would be silenced. Because what they really wanted wasn't consolation for the dead, but rather suspicion and restriction on our power. Normally, I would have written off such an idea as nonsense, but at the time I wanted to offer her some sort of hope, since she was crumbling under the weight of her own guilt. And we still don't get to see Miss Blossom. She's still hidden from us. She spent so much time in her dreams that it took her much longer than us to process her emotions. Alright, if you think you can do it, then go ahead and give it a shot. As a result, I did something I ended up regretting. Traumerei quickly proceeded with the plan. But what we saw in that moment wasn't the honorable revival of fallen spirits glad to have returned to life. Rather, we witnessed the desperate wailings of spirit in agony, enraged at having their rest disturbed. That was when I realized the truth. I had committed an irreversible sin. The dead cried out with the howling of wild beasts, unable to maintain their human form. Their bodies were twisted and distorted as they mixed with one another. So it's like an amalgamation. So it is in a sense revived, but not like really revived. So then the wording is just like Traumerei wording all over again. Whatever they were, those certainly weren't the spirits of dead warriors who had returned with immortal power. Traumerei realized that something had gone wrong. But he neither stopped nor regretted what he had done. It was as if he knew very well that this would happen. What a shame, he said to himself. And then he simply vanished. How should I record this disaster? I forgot Yirang's name was changed from Hana. It took me a bit to realize what you were talking about. I never knew that her name was Hana. To me it was always Yirang. I think way back some people said Hana, but that just isn't her name to me because the name Yirang is way more prevalent. Prevalent? Like even in the gacha games she's called Yirang Yeon. In the story she was called Yirang. So I would never think of Hana. I tried writing and rewriting it again, but I just couldn't bring myself to record it. I would have rather broken my own hands than write down something so awful. And so unable to overcome the pain and suffering, I chose to run away once more. At the time I thought it was my first time running away from pain, but it was probably the second time. Or maybe I'd already erased the memories of countless other times in the past. That's why I came to see someone who could tell me how to end this suffering. Oh, it's Mr. Julius Caesar over there. It's a heart. I'm surprised to see you here, Gustang. So, in this moment, they already have the immortality contract, right? They already stopped climbing. The 10 families are already an established thing. So, how the Sahar will act might already destroy some theories that some people have for like the actual like adventurous Sahar got replaced by some sort of administrator like acting as the heart now, or maybe it's some sort of other being doing that. Yeah, he'll say put it in the garbage dump. Surprised to see you, Gustang. I didn't think you wanted to have anything to do with me. Do you remember what you suggested to us before? The idea of creating a massive incinerator to get rid of every useless unwanted thing in this tower. Of course, after we discovered the space hidden between the layers of the tower, I suggested we dump anything that doesn't serve the tower in some way in there. Mechanoids, sorcerers, fundamentalists, guides that suggest the wrong routes. Space hidden between the layers of the tower. Now that's also a new concept, right? I don't think we have ever heard anything about like the space hidden between the layers of the tower before. And what does that even mean? So is it basically like you have floor 1 and 2, but in between floor and 2 there's somehow is like a gap that can be is like floor 1.5, but technically floor 1.5 there's nothing there, it's just an empty space. We ought to look up the space with a key that's impossible to find. Maybe Bum's cave was in one of those spaces. Oh, the one where he fell down from after being pushed by Rachel at the very beginning? I have no idea. Maybe. We ought to look up the space with a key that's impossible to find, and create a hellish place where all those inside stare up into despair at the ceiling illuminated by a red light of death that burns all of the trash within. I called it the Red Dump Plan. You know what that brings up to me? You know how Wangnan is called the Prince of the Red Light District? Does it actually mean he's the prince of like the red light district in the sense of like, you know, the sexual industry or something? Or does it mean this place, a red light of death, the Red Dump Plan, as in for some reason somehow Wangnan comes from like this place? What if those spaces are like small gaps between floors, like a hole in the wall? Interesting. Like, this is the red light. Like, you could take Wangnan's thing as, like, literal the red light district, or it could be now related to this sort of red light, which is, like, a new established place. And create a hellish place where all those inside stare up in despair, the ceiling illuminated by a red light of death that burns all the trash within. I called it the Red Dump Plan. Because Zahard even dumped, like, his son's in there or something. Prince of the Garbage Can, that's him, yeah. And you were against the idea, Gusting. I was, but not anymore. I want to join you in. I want to join you. I want to join you in that plan. I want to join you in that plan. I don't know why that sentence was so hard to me. But what I want to throw out isn't simply people or machines. It's history itself. Aww. He looks so much like Wangnan, it's insane. Like, you know how we see Boss and that stuff? He doesn't resemble the Hearts. He's like way more buff, way bigger from what we have seen so far. But Wangnan looks way more than Zahard. Even probably Karaka underneath all of that stuff, or like when we actually see the actual Karaka, I feel like he also looks more similar to this version of Zahard. Because Wangnan and Karaka seem to be similar in that sense. But for some reason, that makes me think that Wangnan and Karaka, I don't know. I'm still wondering how these sons, how do people don't recognize them though? I have no idea. I have no idea how they don't. Maybe it's that, like, people don't know what Zahard looks like? Who else has cute little fangs? Maybe the people don't know what Zahard looks like. I don't know. It would be stupid to not know what the king of the entire tower looks like, but hey, I would actually believe that could be an explanation in Tower of God. But I really think that the boss has never seen Zahard. You would imagine that is such a weird thing to me. He has never seen Zahard. Dude, he's the king of the entire tower. There are probably like, there are like recordings, statues, pictures, video games, freaking food drinks about him. Everything should be around there. Everybody should know what Zahard looks like. Not knowing what Wangnan looks like, yes, but like the people who know Wangnan could bring up like, oh yeah, he kind of resembles Zahard, right? The princes don't really know either. I don't know. I feel like always the thing like, They probably don't know Zahar because he doesn't appear often. Zahar is literally the ruler of the world. Everybody should know it. Karaka hides his appearance for a reason. Wangnan just doesn't seem to know. Yeah, Karaka hides his appearance for a reason because he probably also, just like Wangnan, resembles Zahar a lot. Haku, I think Aurora Bora wrote the princess. Aurora Bora, did you mean the princess or did you mean the princess? As in like Wangnan, Karaka, and so on. Weird that Yuri never said anything about Wangnan. Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's almost like a plot hole being opened up in front of our eyes. Because Yuri 100% is a character that we know has both seen Wangnan and Zahar. Well, that's certainly good to hear. After that, we moved ahead quickly with the red garbage dump plan. Yep, just lazy princess says. Okay. Moved ahead quickly with the red garbage dump plan. From the spirits of dead creatures remaining in the tower, to mechanoids, ancient creatures, and sorcerers, all kinds of beings were pulled into the cracks in the tower known as the red garbage dump. Mother escaped the burning of the red light district with him when he was too young to remember it, so he doesn't know much. The burning of the red light district. This hole could still be the red light district. Because Haku, there's a simple trigger word here. That burns all the trash within. Even Zahar says, like, they want to put everything in there and burn it away. It's a massive incinerator. It's the burning. I think this is the place where Wangnan is from. He is too young to remember it, probably too much. But it seems to me very likely that this could actually be the red light district. Because it is a massive incinerator, everything to burn away. And as you said, he and his mother, I thought it was only a caretaker, not mother, escaped from the burning. So, I mean, Bam saw young Zahar and Wangnan, never said anything, right? Because Siu is a bad writer. Fucking hell, I said it. Also because, I don't know, maybe it's not relevant. I don't know about Yuri, maybe muscle brain explanation or maybe weird writing. You know. I'd say it's writing. It's always like, you know, even an offhand offhand comment. Bam forgot he did the Black March. Bam isn't the brightest. It's just, it's not that Bam forgot it, Siu forgot it, I tell you. Siu forgot it. And then he randomly was like, oh my god, the Black March is there, right? I can use it to conveniently give Bam an idea to come out of the situation. But no, then Bam will be like, I will not use that idea because it's not honorable. And then 10 seconds later, Bam still uses that exact idea, even though he said he would not use it. Freaking idiot. But yeah, I just say it's stupid. Even an offhand comment like, huh, Wangnan, you kind of resemble the king. Isn't it, like, even in real life, you don't have to be the child of the person for someone to bring it up. Like, Wangnan would probably be, like, awkward and like, yeah, I hear that all the time. Because, like, if you resemble a celebrity, don't your friends tell you, hey, you kind of look like that guy, right? Like, that's a normal thing you say. So, that's never brought up. It's just, even like an offhanded comment. My, what pointed teeth you have. It's a red garbage dump. Garbage dump even sucked in countless facts that I wanted to erase. In my desire to write an honorable history of the 10 great family leaders. Having reached a goal that deleting memories alone could never have achieved. I thought I could finally escape from my sin. Didn't Bam also see Wangnan's ring? I think so. Wait, wasn't Wangnan going around saying he's gonna be the future king of the tower? Or am I misremembering? No, he went around and said that. But that could also... that one I am going to be allowing to put off as like random rambling. It's like Luffy going around and saying he's going to be king of the pirates, or Naruto going around and saying he's going to be Hokage. Like, it's... In a way, Naruto and Luffy saying that is more acceptable, because Wang Nan saying that is obviously an act of revolution. He's saying he's announcing he will be the future king of the tower. He's saying he wants to bring down the heart. That literally is an act of rebellion. But for some reason, it's what never looked at it like that. Bam probably knows, but just doesn't care, since he saw the ring and all. If he made a big deal out of it, it probably would have been dangerous. I don't even know if Bam knows. Bam doesn't know anything. Escape from my sin. Although I had no idea what Zahar was really trying to hide there. Then we created a key to open the space, and hid it somewhere no one could find or even think to look. Oh, is that the ring he got from Rachel? Or like he took from Rachel? That's fair, he could put Wang Nan in danger. He could put Wang Nan in danger just by talking with Wang Nan like, hey Wang Nan, that ring, isn't that symbol of the heart? And you cannot tell me. The heart symbol is the symbol of the entire kingdom. That shitty a ring with the symbol of the heart is being sold everywhere in merchandising. A ring with the symbol, a coffee tub with the symbol on it, coffee cup, I don't freaking know, a teaspoon. That symbol would be everywhere. That symbol should be in every sort of merchandising, so it wouldn't, technically that ring doesn't really look all that unique. But the appearance, after seeing Zahar for the first time, I really think Bam should have brought it up. I was like, wait, help me out. Did Bam even see Wang Nan after seeing Data Zahar? It has been so long since we have seen Wang Nan that I don't remember if Bam even ever met Wang Nan after the Data episode. And hid it somewhere no one could find or even think to look. Thus we closed and locked the door to the past. Oh, look at this! We see the Ha woman. Like once, maybe. That's Yura, right? That's Yura Ha. Didn't Rachel figure it out? Or might be misremembering. I don't know. I'm forgetting too much. That's Yura Ha. Like that's the same hairpin stuff, that hair decoration stuff that Yuri is wearing. So it must be the family leader of the Ha family, seeing it, like, we're seeing her for the first time here, right? Are we seeing her for the first time, and it's really just like a silhouette that is not Yura, Yurin. I'm thinking Yurin. Yurin, yeah. Yura was the idol. Actually, maybe not. Wang Nan was one of the hostages at last station, but I think he might have left before Bam even got to talk to him. Yeah, I don't remember fully either, Haku. But there could have been a thing that Bam never even saw Wang Nan after the Data thing. So he maybe never could have brought up that he looks like the heart. Maybe. But that would explain Bam. But Yuri 100% saw Wang Nan before, right? Yuri saw him, and Yuri also saw the heart. Okay, so we have Traumerei and Gusting, and we have Yurin in the back here. But who is the muscular guy here? Is that Arya? Or is that the heart? And began a new era of our own. History restarted once more in the tower, and the second ancient age began. There were no clues anywhere about the memories we erased or the sins we committed in the past. Well, except in the book I had written. Why exactly did I record what happened? As a sort of repentance for our sins? Because I want to believe I was different from the others? Or because I still felt at least a slight sense of duty as an intellectual? Could I sense at the time that my daughter would someday be tormented forever by Zahar? Because I was just as guilty as Zahar anyways? The only thing I didn't record was the exact reason for my decision. Perhaps I wanted to punish my future self with ignorance. And that punishment ended up making a fool of me at the worst possible moments. Father, I know the truth now. Anne? This is Anne, right? I guess Anne and Anne are now the same. Not sure, probably Eduan, since we only get to see... Oh yeah, Eduan also is like very muscular. Everyone also has very muscular arms. I can't stand to be around King Sahar anymore. Where's this coming from all of a sudden? I found out what the king threw away in the garbage dump. Yeah, it's exactly what she's implying, right? She's talking like the king threw away his children in the garbage dump. This is 100% it. What garbage dump? What in the world do you mean? Do you really not know what I'm talking about, Father? No, I have no idea what the meaning of all this is. Father, you're the greatest intellectual in the tower as well as the record keeper in charge of recording history. Are you saying you honestly don't know? What King Zahard put in the garbage dump? Father, King Zahard trapped himself in there. This increases some of my theories. The children of Zahard are not actual children of Zahard. They are parts of Zahard. Just like Gasteng is like splitting up his personality, I feel like the different children of Zahard are like parts of himself, which is why he acts so different. Just talking about the fear with Zahard being a fake. I really do have a belief that maybe Wangnan, Karaka, and the boss, and who not, are all different parts that represent Zahard. I don't know what they would represent, but it kind of could fit. What? Parts of Zahard, or maybe clones. Ignorance came back to haunt me as the worst punishment imaginable. Yeah, I mean, this obviously confirms the thing that the Zahard ruling right now is not the same Zahard that climbed the tower. But I'm wondering, when did Zahard seal himself in there? When did Zahard get rid of himself? Or was it actually Zahard? One has the cute and lovable part, the goofy part, just a silly little guy, just a Pokemon trainer. Like, when did he do it? Did he do it because he wanted to do it, or because he was forced to do it, like, by head-on or something? Because head-on is always like a puzzle piece you can throw into any theory, and somehow you can make head-on just fit into it. There could be many reasons why Zahard would do that. Unsure. Not Zahard, 100%. Going to end up being the mirror of the original family heads as they climb the tower. Out the garbage dump. Maybe with Warren and Kara cousins could be the red light district. At least I'm thinking the same things as some people there. Huh. Mute it later. Why did we see what a key bracelet was first seen? Yeah, I said it. I said this is the thing that Gastang took from Rachel. So the thing that Rachel found, it wasn't a... Oh, where was it? What, did Rachel get it from the Floor of Death or from the data thing? I don't remember entirely. But I do remember that it's that thing. That's the ring, I think. Better Years from the Red Light District, and also special to Gastang somehow. So whatever Wangna and the others are to Zahard, Better Year probably is to Gastang. Maybe he didn't want to feel love anymore. Could be. But I really do think it's something different. For some reason, I am the side that Zahard got manipulated. Data Zahard gave it to Bum, but Gastang Stingray stole it. Okay, with Data. Fucking Stingray! Does the Stingray still exist? Like, back then, the Stingray was a very powerful monster that was, like, at Rachel's side, right? Does that shitty thing still exist, or did Gastang take it away again? I don't know. Bro, no clue why you get rid of them. I don't freaking know. I'm sure you have a crush on Kaido, no one else. Wow. Now this is a lore-heavy chapter. One of the Stinger is the GOAT, lol. Gastang used it earlier this season. Minazuki. Can I just say, this has been one of the top-rated Tower of God chapters that we have had in a while. I can remove this, bring this over here. Tower of God, rating of the week. I'm going to say this was a solid this. Maybe I'm going to adjust this as the week goes on. Good chapter, good chapter. Yeah, it's so nice to be jumping around a bit. It's nice to have actual interesting shit happening. That's Kubara. It's nice to have actual good things happen, and not just some random power exchange of attacks that we have no idea of how powerful they actually are, because we never exactly established how powerful the top tiers are. We know they're powerful, but I have no idea what they really are. I also have no interest in who's going to survive between Gusting and Traumerei. We spent months with either Bam versus Dumas, Traum versus Gusting, or Belleria, Andorfi, Holland stuff. I swear, when there's no fight, Tower of God is so good. Yeah, for some reason, Tower of God should be like a drama intrigue kind of story, right? Like the fights are not what keep me in Tower of God anymore. Even like in the earlier seasons, I did enjoy the fights to some degree, but the fights were never like the reason why I liked Tower of God to begin with. Like Tower of God for me was like the world, the story, and like the developments with it. Not really the fights. Like 2 months ago, I remember it kind of blew me away. So now, yeah, but I have to say, solid chapter. Tower of God, you did it. Can't wait to see that next week is going to be horrible again. I'm sorry for being such a stinky person, but man, I'm not trusting Siu anymore. I'm not trusting him anymore. Okay. But I think we're going to end it here. We're going to end it here so that I can take a 4-minute break before Kubara. And then I'm going to see how long I'm going to stream Kubara for, because I'm not feeling too well today, man. My head has been hurting the entire day. But hey, I want to at least read a good chunk of a good couple of chapters this week. So, for now, I thank you guys for being here. I hope Tower of God continues on this pace. Maybe takes a step back on the fights and just focuses on the important stuff. But all that's to be said from me for now is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. See you in Kubara, see you in Tower of God next week, or maybe in some other place. Goodbye!